What it do, fam? What it do? You're listening to the All Burgundy and Go Errrything Commanders podcast show powered by the Urban Sports Scene of Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. I'm Wole and I'm joined with my guy, my homie, George. What's good, George?
Feeling good. Ready to talk about this draft some more before we move on to the next thing. I think it's going to be a very interesting discussion tonight because I know where I stand is not where a lot of people stand. So we're going to see how that goes when we speak with our eminent insider who does such a great job covering this team.
Look, I was telling folks, man, I'm just gonna be positive now, man. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at now. I'm just gonna be positive. I can find positives to everything. That's all. So I can find positive everything. So yeah, just lean on the positive. Just lean on the positive. Yeah. There's a positive somewhere. Just lean on the positive.
I also got to stand on business. I also got to stand on business.
But you got to be like, wait and see. It's week 1. You don't know what's going to happen.
That too. This is going to be one of the more interesting training camps that we've had in a while.
Yes, that I will say. I think so too. I think it's going to be a great training. I think that's going to be a very interesting training camp. All right, man. The homie Glen is out. Praise up the homie Glen and his fam. So just all I'm going to say for everybody. But real quick, man, before we introduce our great guest, because she's one of them ones. So before we introduce her, subscribe. We got to knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Errrything. Hit us up on X, IG, and TikTok at ABG_Errrything. Also, like our All Burgundy and Go Errrything Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to the All Burgundy and Go Errrything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. All right, here is the rundown. We'll chat with Bowie TV's Commanders reporter, Candi Waller. She will join us to recap the Commanders draft picks. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's put her she's in the building. What's going on, Candi?
Hello.
Hey, what is good, Candi? Glad to have you on. Glad to have you back on. First though, how are you resting? You were doing all this work during the draft. How are you? How are you feeling?
Look, I was just about to say, I think life is catching up with me. Like, all right. I got some tea. I'm like, wait a minute, everybody. Yeah. But the weather has been janky. As you all know.
Today wasn't that bad though. Today it was like
I think it's just been so up and down.
Yeah.
And then it's like places you go is hot in there. They got the heat on, they got the air on. You don't know what you're doing, and because of the weather. Yeah. And so I'm like, y'all. I think it's catching up. It's all starting to catch up.
You're talking like, I got you.
Yes. So that's why I'm like,
at some point, Candi is going to need to rest. I don't know when that's going to be though.
I don't know either because
there ain't gonna be no rest for Candi. She's working.
Really, because I had to really I don't know who I was telling this to. I said I really drove to Ohio State's pro day.
That's wild.
I really drove to Ohio State's pro day, came back so I can make sure I spoke at a career day, did a show with you all, and it's just been like a whirlwind of everything. Then it was the owners meeting. It has just been, So I'm like, wait a minute. It might be catching me, but hopefully not.
Where in the world is Candi Waller? It's just a matter of time.
I'm like, what was it? What is Carmen Sandiego?
It's like Carmen Sandiego. Right. Yes.
Crazy. Look, hard working, man. Look, that's a blessing though. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. All right. So Candi, obviously the Commanders had a boatload of great picks. Some guys that they could definitely do some things with, highlighted by drafting Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. First off, just like you in the building, what is the morale of having this young man? And he was, obviously at the presser, having this young man here in the DMV playing for the Washington Commanders.
Sonny specifically, Sonny.
We'll start with Sonny.
I went to an event on Sunday when it was announcing the 2027 draft is going to be in DC, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And Mitch Rails was speaking, and it was cloudy outside, and he said, "It's cloudy outside, but it's sunny." Sonny Styles, that is. And everybody started.
I love it.
and it wasn't even that many people there. And I'm like, so that is an example of what the vibe is.
Gotcha.
Sonny. A lot of excitement. It's who they wanted. And
who they wanted.
It's who they wanted. And it was who they wanted. It was an emotional night for them in just a good, positive way. The hope was that he would fall, and he did. The probability of him falling in their draft scenario was low, which Adam publicly. The probability, they do a bunch of draft scenarios, and so the probability of him being available was low, but it was 100% what they wanted to do.
I gotta stop right now. I gotta stop you, Candy. I'm sorry. Hey, Mama Waller, how you doing?
Hi, Mama Waller.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
All right. I'm done cutting you. Sorry for cutting you off. Your mom. When your mom hits the stage,
she gotta cut.
It is what it is.
Thank y'all so much for always doing that. I appreciate it.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Everybody's they're elated. They're excited. That is the player that I saw a lot of players even reposting and talking about on their Instagram. It's a player that wanted to be in Washington. I finally told the story like publicly that when David Harrison and I were at Ohio State's Pro Day, I saw Sonny, we eyed Carnell Tate playing with the basketball, and it was like, I'm okay. And Sonny did not work out at Pro Day because of the combine performance.
He need to.
And so, I posted a lot about Carnell. Of course, I talked about Arvell Reese. Saw a bit about, hey, Soror. She's a Commanders fan. So
I know. I see the hat. I see it. I see the hat.
Yeah.
And so, everybody was talking to, and I just told David Harrison, like, let's just talk to Sonny for a minute. Let's just talk to Sonny for a quick second. Hey, Joy. And after, I heard him speak at the media availability at the combine. I don't know if I told this story here. I looked at Lake and I said, oh my God, that's Bobby Wagner's replacement. That's literally what I said. And I think I had shared that with, I said,
you said that. You said that on our live show.
Guy right here. And I'm like, but I'm already hearing he's not getting past John Harbaugh. We can get to that in a moment. But it was obvious. It was so obvious by so much of what he was saying. I'm like, Bobby is Bobby. By the way, nobody, but once you know what people look for in a person, in a position, it's like that guy right there. And so when we going back into Ohio State's Pro Day, I literally was just talking to Sonny, and I think I just was trying to find a break in the conversation because it was, time to go. And I was like, well, best wishes, best of luck to you. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of you real soon. And he gave me the biggest smile. And was like, thank you so much. And I was terrified, like, oh my God, did I just tell him that he was going to be drafted by the Commanders? And I was like, should I tell on myself now? David was like, don't say anything. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know anything. He was like, you might be right. I said, well, I'm going to be, but he's not going to be there at 7. And I was like, but he was so like, oh my gosh. It was like I told him what his Christmas gift was. They got him. And going back to the John Harbaugh comment, Carnell Tate at 4. Let's just be Carnell Tate at 4. And then Arvell Reese at that point is still available. I said the Giants are not passing on Arvell Reese. And if they do, they're getting Sonny, and Arvell can come on down to the Commanders, because I knew that the Cleveland Browns, I had talked to you all about the fact that the Cleveland Browns had been open in public about trying to trade back.
Yeah, they have been.
I believe there's a narrative about Mansour Delane. I'm not real sure why that's out there. Considering Sonny was still on the board, meaning, I don't know why the Chiefs jumped up to get him. Maybe they thought that the Commanders would maybe get him, but No,
it's a need. It's a need for them. It's a big need for them because they let the cornerback go. So I get why. I don't know.
Right.
They feel
I
like they
guess they
couldn't
just
wait.
any kind of fear.
They
I
didn't
knew
want
that the Saints.
the Saints.
Maybe they just. Yeah, the Saints were going wide receiver or edge. They were going wide receiver or edge. I knew that. I shared that with you all after the owners' meetings. That I knew. Of course, the idea was Carnell Tate. Who knew Carnell Tate was going at 4?
Yep.
So if anybody was going to jump up, I thought maybe the Saints would jump up, right? If Carnell was still available.
True.
But at that
Very
point,
true.
Jordan Tyson was available.
Yeah.
And he had a phenomenal, workout the Friday before, which, turned some boards upside down too. Like, oh, he all right. We got to go get him. So I was still kind of like the Chiefs should have just waited it out because there wasn't nobody,
they could have waited it out though. I agree with you though. They could have waited it out.
1,000%. Now, if Sonny's off the board, I kind of see why you jump. But with Sonny, no.
Yeah, I think like Paul said, they thought, like you said, Paul, they must have thought, like you said, Candy, they must have thought Washington was going to go for Delaney.
Yeah, they must have thought. I'm like, they didn't use their clues on that one. I will tell you all here, soon as, first of all, everybody's jaw dropped when it was Carnell Tate at 4. It was like, they picked who? Because we're all at that point getting information from our sources who are there. And we know that what's happening in real life is faster, right, than what's happening in the broadcast and tweets and all of that.
Oh yeah, facts.
So it was like, what? No, they didn't. And then it comes up, and I was like, ooh, the Giants are picking Arvell. I said, there's no way they're not passing on Arvell. They just traded Dexter Lawrence. They going Arvell. I said, they're going Arvell. They're going Arvell. They're going Arvell. People looking at me, they're like, yeah, but if they don't go Arvell, that means the Commanders going Arvell. I said, they're picking Arvell. And when they picked Arvell, I said, Sonny's coming to Washington. I said, who is the mic? And I said it in the, I was loud.
All right, here we go, right here.
At that point, we all, trying to see what's, we all competing for who's right in the draft, process or picking. But
you got a comment. We got super chat. Oh, thanks for this. Hey, appreciate the super chat,
Thomas.
Thank you.
Yeah, I say love what the Commanders did in the free agency, especially on the defense. I looked at the defensive front seven for the Seahawks combined for sacks, and our front seven can produce those same numbers. The draft was he loved the draft. But thanks Thomas. Appreciate it. So is it
$20? That's what's up. Thank you.
I know.
I didn't see that at first.
$20. And straight to thank you, Thomas. Thank you. But I will say what's the discussion? He's automatically going to be starting at Mike. Is it something he got to work for? He's already placed.
He's got to start for it. I mean, that's because that's always the message.
Yeah. So he's all right. So you say he's going to have to work for it, or you say he's already there?
Absolutely. They're always going to have to work for it. It's always a competition. Absolutely, 1,000%.
Okay.
It will be a competition. I mean, I'm going to still say I said what I said, but it's a competition.
No. I know you said no. I'm saying like he's the first round pick, so you know how it is. Like the first round pick. Yeah. Like for instance, like Connerly was all right. You say you earned it, I guess, but yeah, Connerly was the first round pick and he started. You know what I mean? So I just want to know, will it be like he's got to earn this particular slot, or will he?
I mean, he's certainly got to. I mean, he's got to beat Jordan out of it.
Yeah,
you got to get a fair shot. You got to beat Jordan, and you got to beat Leo.
Right? And Leo, yeah.
I mean, in a crazy world, is it still? I mean, anything is possible for potential free agents that could come back. Athletically, you could probably beat. I'm sure. Yeah. Wags, but intellectually, what it requires to do the green dot, that's going to be that is going to be.
What's a lot of work for a rookie? That's where I'm.
100%.
That's a lot of work for a rookie. So I'm interested to see how. But you know what is Durante? That's his. Durante can make life easy for him too. At the same time, we don't know what Durante's going to be able to do with this unit, right? To kind of foster an environment for things to be a little easier for a young guy. I mean, that's the blessing of like coaching, right? So we get to learn about Durante and like coaching up Sonny. So, but I am at like I just think there's such high. This is my like my thing with Sonny. Because I'm like watching film him in Ohio State and obviously watching him play. I like if you look at not this year but the year before, he was so raw because he's so athletically gifted. This year, then the year after that, the final year at Ohio State, like you could see like him learning how to play middle linebacker, and he definitely took his game to another level. But I feel like with Sonny, to be honest with you, I don't even think he still has a lot to. And I mean this in a good way, in a positive way. Like he hasn't even scratched the surface of what he could be. If he really works, and gets to the level what he can be, he hasn't scratched. Because he's, to me, like people throw out names that I think he's not comparable to. But that's not a thing. Like I think he can be his own person.
Oh, he's
like to me, Sonny Styles is people throw out Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner. I'm gonna be honest with you. From college, he's not similar to those dudes. Like I get what, because like those dudes in college were great against the pass, like amazing in the passing game, amazing. Even young Bobby was amazing in the pass game.
Absolutely.
So it's that comparison isn't like to me a fair comparison for him. But I do think with his athletic ability, his skill set, he can be Sonny Styles, and that means a really dominant player if used correctly. Because again, he hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can be. But I do think I see a guy with tremendous speed, tremendous instincts. As even like in terms of tracking people down, coverage, he wasn't asked to do a lot like other dudes have done in the past as a linebacker, but he has the skill sets to do. He has the physical ability to do it. Tall, athletic, twitchy, all of that. Like, but I think the sky's the limit. If he reaches his full potential, he could be a dominant killer. And that's not just being like, he's the type of player, honestly, it's not even about being a Mike for me with him. You could put him everywhere. Like his ability, you could put him as a middle linebacker, outside linebacker. Like that is how gifted he is as an athlete. So it's almost like, I don't know, people have like to me, his comp without like, not, this is like a poor man, like how Dallas got, but Micah is a whole different beast. But I'm not going to call him Micah. Micah's a whole different beast. Micah was a linebacker, a thorough linebacker. Like you would think he was going to be one of those linebackers. But Dallas was like, nah, we're going to rotate him and put him here. We're going to put him on the line. We're going to put him every which way. And they just opened up the box with Pandora's box with Micah Parsons and just made him a whole different beast. I do think that with Sonny Styles, and I have like, if whatever, I don't know what Durante's going to do, but I just think his skill set, his ability, he could be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, he can be. I know one of the things that he mentioned was that his junior year he wasn't all that great at tackling.
He wasn't.
That piqued my ears. Like, okay, here we go, because this is where we need this is where the improvements and the things that we come in and what you expect from that position group overall.
This is true. He wasn't.
And he said, but it was if you go back and look at his numbers, it was a great improvement from his junior year and the senior year, because it was something that he specifically knew he wanted to work on and had to work on in order to reach where he wanted to reach. But when you think about who your quarterback is going to be on defense long term, this young man has the ability to be.
He's smart. He's super smart.
That was at the combine media availability. That's when he was talking, and it literally, I said, oh, that's Bobby. Oh, it's this guy. It's this guy right here. Because because that's what I've been waiting for. It's like, yes, athletic ability, I get all of it. Yes. But there is something to be said about it's like physical speed. And the speed to be able to communicate clearly and be able to dissect what the offense is doing. That is a thing. And it's one thing to be able to dissect it quickly, but to be able to act on it and execute it quickly. That's where we saw a lot of different. We were still at 35, 36 can diagnose it like nobody's business. Nick Sirianni one time was like, how does he know our whole playbook? What are y'all doing? Talking about, but it's the speed in which it's able to be executed in real time. I know exactly what you're doing, but if I can't get there to stop it, or if other folks around aren't, then it's another piece of that. It's the quarterback on defense. And he absolutely, I mean, yes, he's going to compete for it. We'll see what happens, because in every sense of the competing for positions and roles so far, and they even did this in Seattle, and here so far, there was a veteran paired, where you kind of know this is what's happening, right? So we'll see what's we'll see what happens, because it'll be interesting. And that was one of the things, right, that he shared in his press conference when he was asked about advice that his dad gave him. He said his dad gave him, find a veteran on offensive defense that you can model after, that can help.
I love it. I love that.
And I'm That's like, smart. All right, well, who? That would have been a for sure answer before, but right now,
that would be.
At this present time, you're without Zach Ertz and you're without Bobby Wagner. So who's the
vet? Who's the vet?
Who he's going to model after? It could be Dietrich. Dietrich is an option, but I'm always going to come objectively with the facts. I can't tell you other than that who else it could be. Right at this point, right now, that he can model after. I mean, we know Jayden had Marcus, but Jayden also had Marcus, Zach, and Bobby.
And all
those other guys, right? Those were the ones in the locker room that cultivated and had Terry and Jeremy and all of them level up to where they are, and they can help, but it's different. So,
I like that one. What about this? I like this, a good one. I mean, he's not on the team, but what about just coming down London? I like that one.
I mean, well, but he's not. It's no.
So he can't come down and like you.
Okay. Yeah, he can. I mean, he can come down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not on the team, and there is a system. That started because of the discipline of the leaders who had been, and just everybody just. You don't have to question why people are there at 3 and 4 o'clock. You already know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Of course, I mean, they always gonna have London Fletcher. That's great.
But how many linebackers do we? We'll get to this later. We'll get to this later. I like that question.
We can answer that question until August. Like that's a really early question. And I don't think you can even ask that until and here's what I'll say about even Paul's comment about Terry can be his vet. Absolutely 100%. But last year when Ish got thick, Bobby Wagner was his vet. Y'all do you see where I'm going with this?
We talking about Jayden's vet?
With Terry.
Oh, Bobby was Terry's. Oh yeah, but Bobby was Terry. Yeah. Bobby. Yeah.
1000%.
So
we could absolutely do it for sure. But it's levels to this, as y'all know.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, George, you have a question for Candi?
Yeah, Candi. I wasn't as thrilled with this pick as other people, and there were three things that bothered me. The report that came out the next day that Adam Peters were like, it was Sonny Styles no matter what. It didn't matter how the bell order fell. If Sonny Styles was there at 7, we were taking him. I got a problem with that because that was Ron Rivera's kind of thinking. And that's how Christian Gonzalez.
I think that's a little flawed.
You're breaking up, George. Go ahead. Are you breaking up?
I'm sorry about that.
Go. You go ahead.
It might have been me.
Okay.
And again, I'm not comparing Sonny Styles to Emmanuel Forbes. Let's get this straight. Sonny Styles isn't going to be a good player.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's not the same thing. My second issue is this. We did address linebacker in free agency. We've tried to address wide receiver. We didn't work very successful, except for getting Diami. We did address the secondary, but we probably needed to do more. And you had Caleb Downs and Jordan Tyson sitting there. And I just felt they were bigger needs. I felt in both situations, the receiving core and the safety position needed more help. And both of those guys could have made a bigger impact on this team if they were on there. Why was Sonny Styles more necessary for this team, in your view, than the other two?
Well, here's what I'll say. This is when you have to use your clues. Sonny Styles was the most mocked player to the Commanders. Caleb was next. He was the most mocked player. So there was no secret that you need Bobby Wagner's replacement, period. It is no secret. Whether he comes back or not, that is a position of need, right? It is.
Yeah.
And that is where use your clues comes from. Like, what is, and that's why I kept saying, who's the Mike? Who's the Mike? We talked about wide receiver too, but we also said there's a deep class of wide receivers. So you can get wide receiver later in the draft. Then I said they also need a center, but we know they're not going to draft a center at 7.
Yeah.
Right?
No, because there wasn't nobody worth that.
Exactly. Like that's just it's who he is and the importance of that role that he could be playing and the fact that he's athletically gifted, right? It wasn't like, I mean, some mocks at the final mock, I think had him going to the Titans, right? Yeah. Like one of the, like Daniel Jeremiah's final mock had him going to the Titans, which I
thought Sonny Styles wasn't getting out of the top 5. I'll just say that. And then there's the other question there's the other question I've got for you. Sonny Styles was always a first round talent, even before the draft process started. I think when I was seeing, like, he was in middle first round, that kind of area, but then he goes and does what he does at the combine. We've always said, there's been a lot of talk about there's been too much importance put on the combine and that stuff because that's just being an athlete, not a football player. Where are you on that? Like, were you, because you were there at the combine, you saw what happened. Were you convinced at that point, this is the guy, this has got to be the guy?
I was convinced that the media availability, I knew exactly, because I know how I understand how people speak. So I had already done enough research on potential picks at 7 that as soon as I heard him talk, I said, oh my gosh, well, there he is, right?
All right.
Because it was obvious. It is obvious, right? Like, it was obvious. The only thing that was challenging, and this kind of goes back to your comment about, Ron Rivera picking Emmanuel Forbes over Christian Gonzalez. Well, I mean, Sonny Styles could potentially be a top 5 pick. Then that's not a comparison. You know what I mean? But it's not an analogy because we're talking talent. You know what I mean?
And I wasn't comparing it. It's more saying that statement. That was a similar statement. It's not a similar situation because again, Sonny is going to be a much better player in this league than Emmanuel Forbes could ever have hoped to have been. Honestly,
go Kenny.
But let me also tell you, Emmanuel Forbes was not initially the pick. Okay, so that's another difference.
Oh, okay. That's another story.
He ended up being the pick, but that wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not being prepared. They weren't being prepared.
Correct.
Yeah,
and they. In 3 drafts with the Commanders, we've seen them do, and we talked about this on the show. Yeah. What's the area of need? And then we knew quarterback got you. Right tackle, could have been some debate on which right tackle or what they wanted, but the process is still the same. If it's somebody that they moved that they wanted, they got, like they said, they got a lot of calls for Josh. But we said, okay, Andrew Wiley could play that. But if they're really thinking about their future, which we see some of the things that they've done, and they are thinking about their future, like who's going to do this for the future, then it kind of makes sense. Now, if Sonny's not there, you go Caleb. You can't pick everybody.
Yeah, I think it depends on, like, for everybody. It just depends on who you like the most. I mean, they liked Sonny Styles more. Like, and that's what it is.
And it depends on your role. You need
your role. Yeah,
you need a role. But, and he fits.
Fit their role. Like you said, their role and their player. Like depending on full transparency. Like, I wanted Caleb Downs. Everybody knows that. Like, I don't make any secrets about it. But it's about what they like more. It's not about what they feel like they need is more of a niche or the better player. Like, because I would make the argument just like they think they need some safety help. But at the end of the day, like they pick Sonny. They like Sonny more. And like you said, Candy, they've been consistent about it. Like we've heard like leaks and saying like Dan Quinn is in love with this dude. We've heard, like Candy said, like he's been mocked to this team from like almost day one. So regardless of whatever, like I've said this before, period. Like at the end of the day, Sonny Styles is going to be a star or a good player. He won't be a bum. So it's all you need to know. So that's all you need to know. Like it's a star or a good player, because that's it. That's between the two. Like, and that's it. Like, and he has all the ability in the world. That's why I make sure I came on and said, like, for him, me watching him, is that what he decides to be or what he can be is truly up to him. Because it's not like he's not coming into Washington as a dominant football player. Let me be completely honest. He's not a dominant football player now, because because he wasn't. If you watch Ohio State games, he wasn't like he was awesome. He was good, but he wasn't the dominant player on that football field. But he has the ability to be a dominant player. He has the ability to be awesome. He was really good in Ohio State. Like George said, he's a first rounder. When you're first rounder, you're good. Like what he brings to the table, his skill set, he with the right defensive coordinator, he can be thorough. Like you can untap all his ability with the right defensive coordinator. He has the ability. I think Sonny Styles is a and I said this, he's a good pick. And I said this before, even though like folks can like who they like and want who they want. It's okay. You know what I mean? No one's wrong until week 1, until you see how it pans out.
Right.
Or week 6 or 7. Let me be real. Week 7 or whatever, how it pans out in 2026. You don't know the overall end game. No one knows anything. Like at the end of the day, you ain't gonna know till the end of the season, where you can kind of formulate an opinion about how this draft is gone, whatever. Yeah. But in terms of what he brings to the table and what he has, I mean, I've said this before. Let me go back to what I was saying. At the end of the day, I said this: Washington can't mess up at 7. They didn't mess up at 7. They're going to get a good player. There's a good. The only thing, if they did some off the wall draft pick, like picking some, I don't know, some center in the 7th, some center with the 7th pick in a row. But like we said this, like they were going to get a good player at 7, like, and they got a good player. It may not be the player like that some people want it, but they got a good player, and he's a good player. So I think folks we'll be rooting for Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles has a boatload of ability. So at the end of the day, they got somebody that people should be happy about, because they got a good player. It's not like George mentioned Emmanuel Forbes and not being the pick. Like when they picked Emmanuel Forbes, like you knew there was a better player than Emmanuel in his position. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You knew there's a better player in his position. You can't make that same argument about Sonny Styles at linebacker, because at the end of the day, he was probably on everybody's board the first linebacker to be drafted. Like that's how people looked at it. So they didn't mess that up, period. So let's go to the next. I want to go to the next player from Clemson, 3rd round pick, 71st pick overall, and Antonio Williams. This has been interesting. This pick has been like polarizing for a lot, but I watched film on him. I see what they like about him. Only so in terms of what they want to use, how they want to use him. Kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I know it's going to like kind of annoy some of the fan base, but he kind of reminds me of Jahan Dotson a little bit. I'm gonna lie to you.
Yes.
We didn't take him at 18.
Yeah, but go ahead, Candy. Go ahead, Candy.
He does, and let's also go back to the fact that this is a character group.
Yeah,
this is a character group. When you talk about like who's a commander and all of that, and I posted a quote from Dabo Sweeney and Antonio's wide receivers coach. And I mean, listen, if you want to build competition in the room, they need that. I still think they need somebody else at least to compete. I do. But I mean, I at the time, I think I was kind of like, oh, Malachi Fields is still on the board. They have a type. They have a type, and this is our 3rd draft with this team, and so I think we've already kind of seen and learned. Right, they've picked a wide receiver in each draft. Now we can kind of see what they're trying to go for here, and what they're trying to get here, and what they're trying to emulate.
Yeah,
and so. They say that they don't go by 2, 3, this, that, and the 3rd, but I always say it's Terry McLaurin and everybody else. Let's see how this thing shakes out.
I like that thought process.
Yeah, it's Terry McLaurin and everybody else.
True,
and
it's true.
How it shakes out. I was an advocate for Diami coming back. Debo's not on, he's still a free agent, but but one thing they did do was I was an advocate for Diami coming back.
Yeah. So was Jayden.
The time on task and building familiarity and trust is something that I have picked up on is important for Jayden's growth and development.
Yeah.
And so that time on task is a very real thing, and he's got that familiarity with Diami. He's very happy that Diami is here. And but then you got to get used to Traylon and Van Jefferson, because Traylon wasn't Traylon was there, but that was with Marcus mostly.
Yeah, true. Yep.
But we knew they were going to get a receiver, but what we kept saying was, but the probability of them getting a receiver at 7 is going to be low because it's such a deep receiver draft. But what I can say, because Antonio can also do teams.
Yeah, we can do special teams too.
Jalen Lane his punt return.
Yeah, facts.
And what I keep saying, well, who's the kick returner?
That's Luke McCaffrey.
Correct. So, hello, Antonio Williams. Hello. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Yeah. Because there's a lot that can happen in terms of who ends up on the roster and who doesn't. I mean, Antonio will be on the roster, but in terms of what role he plays, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I like so I think he's there are players that I dude, there are gonna be always players that folks want over said player. Like you said, Malachi Fields, my man
was the only other one that I was like, dang, Malachi Fields is still on
my man DC Slim wanted Malachi Fields too. I wanted because thanks to Paul, shout out to Paul, I'm gonna give Paul his flowers. Had me on Trey Lance little brother Bryce Lance. I wanted him. But at the end of the day, when you look at his film,
Brazzle over here.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you're looking at his film and looking what he's done, he's productive. And 900 yards, not last year. Last year was like it was not a bad year. It was like 600 yards, I want to say last year. The year before had 900 yards. Only thing that I would say, like, he wasn't the best receiver on his team, but again, that doesn't mean anything in terms of what he can utilize, how he's going to be used here. And also, be honest with you, he's playing with Jayden Daniels. I mean, that's how I look at it. Like, you're playing with Jayden, you got an opportunity to look good. You know what I mean? It doesn't. If you get open, if you can run like the routes, he does run good routes. You got a good quarterback in Jayden Daniels. I think, you got Jayden. He can make you look good. Jayden's one of them. So I think that's the plus. It's like he get separation. I think he can get separation off in the slot. He can definitely do it. Only thing I would say is people need to pump brakes on the comparisons to like St. Brown and all them other individuals. Because I think people forget. People just because you play slot, and you're in we don't even know what a Blau offense looks like for real, but you assume that it's going to be like a Ben Johnson offense. Understand that St. Brown in college was getting 1,000. He had 1,000-yard season, had a like a 700-yard season, and then the only reason why he didn't probably have another 1,000-yard season is he got hurt. But he's always been productive at He was always productive at USC. Like he was always one of them at USC. Some of these guys that you mentioned at the slot, they were really good in college. Like they were really good. Like they were elite good in college. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, this kid is good. This kid has ability, but just because he plays the slot and you say, oh, same player because of the offense, nah, it's different. So I would say that he could be a contributor. He can be a guy who can help this team. But I think people put too much pressure on said people when they get drafted. Like, stop calling out these names. Same thing I said about Sonny. Like, don't throw these names out there because you got to let them be themselves. This dude can be he can be good. But when you start throwing names like that, then when they fall short, then people are going to say, oh, why we drafted him? This, that, and the other. Stop with the wild comparisons. He can be really productive for Washington. He can help this wide receiver unit tremendously. But, like, throwing him into, like, all-pro level like St. Brown is not fair to him because he's not that player. They're very different.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
it. He's very different. But I think he's a good player. I think again, I get Jahan Dotson vibe. I get Jahan Dotson vibes for him, like as Jahan Dotson's rookie season. Like I get those type of vibes.
Yeah, I've seen many evaluators talk about how this was a value pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
he'd been picked, much sooner in the draft. And so he was a value pick. So I was like, oh, okay. I look at stuff like that from the people all the time. It's like, all right, let's see what they say about it in terms of, where they thought this player could have been drafted. And I kind of lean on that.
Agreed.
Make my overall evaluation, but I think this is also something where it's like now that we have seen them kind of move through drafts, and each one of the drafts they have drafted a wide receiver, you can kind of see what they're looking for, what their vision is, or what they're trying to do at that position. I think it's still, using our clues kind of tells us something of what they're trying to do, and what they have gotten yet, and what they haven't, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. Can I have a question for you? Do you have any? I've raised this. This concern. This is the concern I only have. It's not for Antonio Williams. I do think has ability, but just the concern of them drafting receivers in the draft, like this regime, right? They haven't been hitting like at receiving. Like these dudes as a receivers in the draft. Has that been a concern? Like from the talk, like obviously, like we can. Jaylen Lane was supposed to be more than the punt returner in terms of helping out the offense, right? Initially, but you was like, you're right. His lane is punt returner, and he's amazing at it. And he's amazing. give him his flowers. He's amazing at it.
Yeah.
Luke McCaffrey was drafted in said round, right? They drafted him. Now you got Antonio Williams. Like so far, like, and we're looking at this team in terms of these the 2 years. Now we're going to add this third year. Antonio's the third year. But the other guys, I want to say they haven't done what folks they aren't where folks would thought where they would have been at when drafted. So is that a concern, like how this team drafts receivers?
It's something to take a look at for certain. I mean, I tend to now look at, the size of the receiver.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's like, height, arm length, hand length, and all of that based on who they're playing.
Got you.
Could matter, could not matter. Because I've noticed they don't draft tall receivers, like big.
Yeah.
Traylon is a bigger receiver.
Yeah, bigger receiver. Yeah.
But like,
you're saying like drafting though. You're talking about like drafting, they don't draft.
Of drafting. That's what I'm starting to take a look at. Like they haven't drafted any like over 6'3". Like I'm talking about, arm like the length, wingspan. You to be able to get up and get it. I want to know your vertical. I want to know your wingspan. I want to know how big your hands are. Like I do. Because those are some physical attributes and some traits that when you're looking at wide receivers, you look for. And so it's like it's a thing. It's a thing. I haven't put my finger on it yet, what that thing is when it comes to their wide receiver group. But I know, like going back to Jaylen Lane, Larry Izzo was the happiest person in the room. So He's gonna return. So you still want to see him get involved a little bit more in the offense, right? But hey, his bag is punt returning, so there's that.
I would say, Rory, we don't know what any of these guys look like this year. Just true, they can be improved. They can go in the lab and be so much better, and that's what we hope, right? As fans, we hope that. You know what I mean? I agree with that take tremendously, Rory. Said Cliff not using guys isn't guys being bad. Okay, he said Cliff wasn't using them right, which is possible, definitely possible.
I'm going to disagree with that because that's
and I'm just going to be honest. Yeah. Can y'all see here? I'm gonna just be honest.
Yeah, I can hear you.
In my bias. In terms of big wide receivers ain't it no more, is because we also cover the Ravens and they just got 2 big receivers.
Yeah, they got what's in that.
I have to tell you, Candi.
And so that's why I'm like, because we have a team to, I hate to be, I'm not trying to compare, but it is a comparison. Once you start to learn what other people do when you're on the inside, you're like, okay, because this is clearly a thing that
go Candy.
That your organization does, or a specific thing that you are looking for.
Yeah,
because these wide receivers do exist, and some of these elite front offices are very much looking for these types of receivers still. Like, they ain't out of style at all.
Yeah, and I will say this too. This is what you want from your receiver unit in general, though. And to your point, Candy, like, you want versatility. You just don't want all, like, you want different of every. You want different. You want some different pieces of everything. So you want a tall receiver. You want that quick twitch wide receiver. You want that speedster. You want everything in your room. So for certain situations you can lean on somebody. Like in the red zone, you do want to go for an individual like who is like maybe 6'4", you can throw that jump ball to. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Everybody isn't
somebody too.
Yeah. I mean, of course too. You gotta if you have an Armand St. Brown, St. Brown, excuse me, Rob Brown. I keep messing his name up. But anyway, if you have him on your team, he can win in the slot. You have a JSN, he can win the slot on the outside. So you're right for those individuals, but you do want in general, you do want a group, a collection of everything. That way an OC can lean on certain situations. So I think that good, not good. Certain teams can win with just short receivers. We've seen it, but I think if you ask a coordinator, they would like a smorgasbord of wide receivers. Everything, any type of wide receiver. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
and it's like, because you can learn from what other teams do, and just even other teams in the division as well.
Yeah.
You can learn and see how they measure up. I mean, and so it's just interesting because big wide receivers are absolutely still in the mix.
How many 6'4"? Wow, I'm trying to think. I mean, Jefferson. How tall is Jefferson? I mean, he's not situational. He said situational.
Yeah, he said situational.
You said situational. Situational big receivers. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Thanks. That's a good question, Lex. I gotta think about that. George, you wanted to say something. I don't want to cut you off.
Sorry. The thing I want to say is the thing I'm looking forward to most when we get to training camp is the wide receiver battle. Because it's so wide open. It is so wide open. What's going to happen there? They've got all these wide receivers in camp. They've got Terry. They've got this kid they just drafted. I think both their recent draftees are going to have to really show up and do well because it's not, I mean, Jalen Lane probably is safe because he's a good punt returner. Luke's not guaranteed. I know we've had a lot of talk about that back and forth. I want to see if we really have enough help for Terry or have enough because that's the problem is that right now, every team is going to look at us and go, we're just going to bracket Terry with two guys. Because none of these other guys scare us at all. So somebody's got to show me something that they can be that compliment to Terry McLaurin. That's why I was kind of on the Jordan Tyson bandwagon at 7 for that reason, because that's the difficulty we face. I think Terry will be Terry again. Of course, that's something else I'm kind of looking forward to at camp is does Terry have that explosion and that spring in his step that he didn't have last year because of the injuries?
I like
how's
this.
he going to look?
So I like
wide receiver at camp is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, and the speed is there, but where my mind is, you all, is yards after catch.
Yeah,
yards after catch.
Yeah, it's important,
right?
Because we struggle with that.
Be able to that has been a struggle. And yards after catch. Let's see how you move after you've been hit.
Good night, Mama Waller. Appreciate you.
Mom.
Yeah, my
Good
man.
night,
Chick.
Waller.
Yeah, my man. Yeah, Chick's definitely gonna be good.
That's tight end.
Roy. No, but he's right. Yards to catch. He's gonna be a tight end is a pass catcher. Let's be. That's an impact player.
Our number 2 threat as a receiving situation right now is Chigakonkwo, and number 3 might be Rashad White. That's how little. Quite honestly, I think of these other receivers.
Well, I'm just saying that sometimes it's not a bad. Sometimes not a bad thing. Like for a while, Kelsey was like the biggest thing, and they were still winning. Kelsey and you had Tyreek. So those were the 2 pass catchers. So it can work. Like I'm not going to deny like that can't work.
Yeah,
but I want to ask this question. I like this question. I do like this question from Ray's Hellzel said, "What would be a successful season numbers wise for Williams? I see him having a lot of catches. So what would for you, Candi? What would be a successful season for Williams?
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta go back. Who they play. I gotta look like who he would potentially.
We playing against it. Oh yeah, who you play? Well, I'm gonna say this though, for real. Like this is the
I just don't make blind predictions.
No, I get you. That's fair. That's fair.
And I also don't want to set an expectation, as we've been saying. Like rookie camp is May the 8th. And so it's like, and then OTAs is I don't know, because it's one of them things where is this a year where you got 2 1,000-yard receivers? I think that's what your target always is. I don't care who your 2 are.
Yeah, I like the 61.
I like this. Somebody else.
I like this because I'm real.
I think that's a good.
Well, this is my thing. This is my thing though. This is my thing about like I don't. That's why I don't put expectations on Antonio Williams. Like it is tough for a third rounder to be a starter off the rip. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm gonna be real with you. You look at like third rounders that walk in as starters. That's a rare thing. I'm gonna be real with you. Like you really break it down. A third rounder that walks in as a starter is a rare thing. That's why I don't look at him like he's a starter. I won't even lie to you all. He's gonna have to compete to start.
He's competing. I would probably bet that he's competing with Luke.
Yeah, for real.
Because Antonio is also a returner.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like when people come, like these numbers that you're treating him like he's a second rounder, first rounder type. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Those are for a third rounder. Mm-hmm. If people say Terry, yeah, I'm gonna be like people say Terry. This is the truth. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This. I'm gonna get y'all that because I had this question. Somebody put up Terry for this. Terry really wasn't even supposed to be a starting receiver for a while. He competed. That's what's different. Like y'all come in, y'all didn't come in saying Terry was a starter. That's the thing. We all came in and said Terry was going to be a freaking first whatever, like a special teamer, kickoff returner. Puka's a good one. I don't know if Puka came in like everyone thought Puka was going to be a starter off the rip though. Like I don't think people came in. Let me say this. I can't speak for the Rams fan base because I don't live in LA. I'm just telling you our fan base because that's what I speak for. Like our fan base. No, for Terry, I hear you got Terry. That Terry was thrown out all the time. Terry was not supposed to be a starter. We didn't come in saying. I guarantee you, go back to that team and stating no one said Terry McLaurin when he was drafted he's going to be the starting wide receiver for the Washington Redskins at the time. What it was is he got into camp because I'm gonna tell you I was around. He got into camp and he impressed everybody. He impressed the hell out of Jay Gruden to a point when after that,
Puka too. By the way,
yeah, Puka. He impressed the hell out of Terry
preseason.
He impressed the hell out of Jay Gruden to a point where they were like, we don't even need Dotson anymore. That's what happened.
Well, what I think that, but see. All the points that everybody is making is exactly why I'm like, why are we doing predictions right now?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my point. Because you really don't know, and you're not gonna know until you get a sense of what type of offense Blau is gonna roll with. Because you might go with Terry and Chig, like for real, like you know what I'm saying? Like if you just don't know.
Oh, no, Trent, I don't want no Ayuk. I'm not mad at Williams. No. I'm gonna let this be known. Like, I hope Williams pans out.
Williams is absolutely fine.
I think it's fine. I'm just telling you, I'm just saying to put the pressure on him to say he's going to be starting as soon as he gets. That's my thing. It's the pressure. I think once you put that pressure on somebody, because at first, like Candi said, let him go into camp and let him wow you at camp. Then we can have the discussion if he's a starter or not. But going into a season, because if now we put this expectation on him, and if he doesn't reach it, we're gonna say, "Oh, why we draft him?" Let him show you. And once he shows you, then let's have that discussion. I just don't like giving these players these lofty expectations and then have a fan base turn on them. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's why I'm trying to get away from that thought process.
I don't do predictions.
That's where I'm at. And that's actually I'm being fair to the player. Like I don't want. That's why even Sonny Style, I don't want the Fred Warner comparisons. I'd say Sonny Style gonna be Sonny Style. He gonna be him. That's all. Like that's all I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't.
Waiting on Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, I don't wait. I'm not waiting on Ayuk. I don't even want Ayuk.
Is that still a thing?
Oh, I don't want IU. Everybody know me, but I know they getting IU though. Of course, I think they getting IU. Well, you know what? I'm about to retract some of that statement about them getting IU. I'm like,
yeah, because this whole getting IU in September thing is a terrible idea for everyone.
Yeah, I gotta get back to y'all. I will catch the rest. They appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, Roy.
Jayden needs his time on task. That's something I've been consistent with you all about, that I've seen, that I've witnessed, that I've just learned over time about watching how he moves. He needs that time on task. He needs that time on task. And the NFL is different. And so we know that he is a great relationship when we get all that. But that's not top of mind and paramount.
I hope.
Well, and if time on task is something we're worried about, just bring back Debo because he was.
Well, that's what I've been saying. I mean,
Candy, I agree with you, Candy. I agree with you.
I've been saying, like, just do it. You know what I mean? I mean, because now you can do it for a little bit more of the low on the low. You know
what I'm saying, man.
And it's just, hey, if it don't work out, it don't work out. It is what it is.
That's Anthony. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm just don't off the brip. That's why I don't want everyone put that pressure on him, man. That's all, man. That's where I'm at. But I do want to go to the next pick, Candy. Edge rush out of Tennessee, Joshua Joseph. Like, he has ability, a lot of ability.
Other than Sonny, this was my favorite pick.
Really? All right, tell me why. I like that. Tell me why this was your favorite. I like that.
Oh, good. Let's hear that. Yeah.
Because I definitely, and I posted some content from Combine.
Okay.
A disrupt. Now he is a disruptor, right? He is a disruptor. Now this goes back. Now you all got me back in my people who have length, big arms, whatever. What contributes to them forcing all of these turnovers? He stayed at Tennessee all of his 4 years. He was not a transfer. He stayed in one spot, and that's where he grew, and that's what was his home. And so he forced a lot of turnovers. Was definitely a leader in the locker room and with his teammates. He hates losing. He hates it. And that is something that I have brought up, even in a press conference, right? To Marcus was like, it seemed like you all have a really hard time with losing. He can't stand it. And so I'm starting to sense, like, what are some of the key attributes that everybody has that helps to just finish? And so when you go back and watch some of his film, he understands the importance of finishing, right? Being able to finish until the whistle. And I think, when given the opportunity and from a depth perspective, I think he's going to be great.
Okay. I'm glad you like. Okay. I saw ability. I think he has the potential. I'm all about, like, I think that hopefully Draymond can unleash his full ability and his game. Because I always felt like he's a guy that I think can be good. I just feel like the production wasn't where I thought it would be in terms of his college production, in terms of sacks, but I feel like he's a rotational dude, though. So it's not like I don't think of him as like he's a fifth rounder, right? So to your point, like, he's a rotational dude. He's a guy like who will be competing with, like, will compete with Dietrich, Drake, all those individuals. Well, Drake and them had to compete for a job, but you know what I mean. Drake Jackson and company had to compete with it for a job, but they're going to be. I said Draymond, Durante. Thank you, appreciate you. I keep messing up names right now. I'm messing up names today, but like, we'll be competing and for playing time to be able to rush the passer. But I do like that you're getting guys, and again, like I mentioned, versatility. You're getting guys that all to get the switchboard of guys who can rush the passer, and that's an important thing. I think it's raw talent, raw ability, but it's all about how you can cultivate it. If Durante can cultivate that ability and make him into a better player, because he has potential, he has talent. He has talent. So I like the pick. I was hoping for another player as another edge rusher, but I'm all, again, for full transparency, I'm all about production and come to college. I'm not into, like, if you get like 4 sacks and another player has like 10 sacks in college, who has ability, who has like who has speed or whatnot, I'm gonna lean towards that player, right? Personally. But I understand by watching the tape what which when you look at him, you're like, you know what? I can do some things with this dude.
Yeah, for sure. Man. And he aligns with the overall messaging of getting more turnovers.
Yeah.
Right. Getting
I like that. I like that one.
Forcing the turnovers, getting the pass breakups. This was my, again, I love what they did at the 7th. And I love what they did at the 7th because that's who they wanted. And when it's never a settling. I never want to look at it from a settling perspective because where you pick is where you pick.
Yeah.
Right. And where you pick is where you pick. And and so I was happy for them, but I think Joshua Jones was a steal.
Okay. I love it.
Higher.
Yeah.
And
he was. You're right. He was.
His size, the length. What really contributes to him getting so many pass breakups, him getting so many of the forcing turnovers and all that. It comes down to his size, his length. How long he is, and all the things that it's like that contributes to the athletic ability of being able to get the football back to the offense, to Jayden Daniels and Coach Blau. So I think this one was definitely a steal for the Commanders.
I like it. Okay. I'm gonna be tapped in now because of that.
After all the injuries they had at defensive end and edge last year, there's almost no such thing as having too many.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so Candi,
that was another thing. He's smart. So that's another thing. Like
they like it smart. Yeah, I can tell that's a thing. That's a thing right now.
Smart. It's a thing, and it's not that others are
dumb.
Dumb.
I know you're trying to find a nice word. I got you. Don't worry about it.
It's tough. It's the ability to read fast. Some people can read the pages on the fast, want to be able to read the pages quicker than others. And so he is very, very smart.
Oh, we got one. Okay, got a super chat. Oh, man. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Super chat. How you guys feel about matching up in the NFC? How do you guys feel about matching up in the NFC East this year? Do you feel Jayden is over his sophomore slump? He's a Cowboys fan. I saw his comment. But I appreciate you, Anthony.
That's what's up.
I will say this. I think Jayden's slump was injuries, so I don't feel like it was a slump. I mean, I don't think obviously it wasn't the same play of 2024, even when he was out there, but I don't think it was like a slump. I think the injury, it's hard to say. I would say his sophomore year was incomplete. But I think we'll compete with the NFC East. I do think the NFC East will be tougher. Well, I think the Eagles will be. I think the Eagles will come a step back. To be honest with you, but I think everybody else will be better. I think the Giants are a better team than they were last year, and I also think the Cowboys are a better team than they were last year.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. And as others have said as well, Jayden got it incomplete. He was hurt. Jayden got hurt week 2.
Yeah.
Okay, he got hurt week 2, came back week 5. We saw some things happen in week 6.
I don't think the Eagles got better. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And then he didn't play. That was in Dallas. He didn't play. Well, he got hurt in Dallas.
He get drafted,
and so this is going to be a very and we were talking about this in the media annex. This is
appreciate you, my guy.
This division. This is not a cakewalk anymore.
Yeah. Oh, it's not.
It's not. John Harbaugh came in and he immediately shifted the energy in the NFC East room for sure. The Eagles got their own problems dealing with.
I did like their draft though. Their draft was good. And now I think about it,
their draft was good, but Candy's right. I think this whole Jalen Hurts stuff ain't going away.
I'm going there. I agree. I just think their talent wise, I ain't gonna lie, their draft is really good though.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Oh, their draft is awesome.
It was really good. That's all I want to say.
Greenard in that trade too. Don't forget.
They got Greenard in them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're right, but they did stock up on talent. But go ahead, Candy. I'm sorry.
The Cowboys, we're not gonna hate on the Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys. They had a great draft. Y'all know that's one of the I track as well is what the rest of the division is doing.
Great draft.
But I wasn't like, oh man. I mean, other than the Ohio State players going to NFC East teams. Arvell is gonna be with the Giants, Caleb is gonna be with the Cowboys, Sonny will be here. And I was like,
they all together. That's what's up.
Is what it is. I mean, and it will have the respect again because the NFC East, everybody thought that season was going to be last year, and the NFC East kind of let everybody down last year. It was not good again. But we can have that conversation later because I have a lot to say about
I like this one.
the division overall as we get closer to the season.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not going to be easy because everybody has so much to prove.
Yeah,
they got a lot to prove. Dallas has a lot to prove. That Prescott has a lot to prove. They got a lot to prove down there.
Yeah.
Jayden has something to prove. Jalen Hurts got something to prove.
Yeah, a lot of people got stuff to be right. That's true.
Free and clear is Jackson Dart.
Everybody, he's chilling. Jackson chilling. Jackson chilling.
He chilling.
Jackson chilling.
What makes me side out of Giants? Like y'all can just get better without any stress. And others have. The other three teams have a lot of stress of expectation, so it's going to be.
I feel wrong. I feel wrong for liking Jackson Dart. I just really like Jackson Dart. I don't know why. I just like. I like a lot of.
He's got swag, dude.
That's what I just like. I like that kid a lot. I just like him. I don't know. At first, I just like him. I hate that I like him too, but I do like him.
Jackson Dart. Oh, I like him.
I hate him. I hate that I like him a lot too. I like him a lot. I hate that I like him a lot. I do like him a lot too. Let's go to the next pick, Candy. They picked Kaytron Allen from Penn State. I know Lake was boosted. I know he was like we are throughout that whole time.
He said to call him Fat Man. He did tell us to call him Fat Man. I don't know if that's what we're really going to do.
Fat Man.
But he did say to call him Fat Man.
All right, Fat Man.
Call him Fat Man when he was a child. So he wants the fan base to call him Fat Man. So
Kaytron wants him to call. You want y'all to call him Fat Man?
No, I mean we asked.
Since he was a kid.
What was and he said to call him that. Now in the media, I don't think we're gonna do that. We'll decide. I'll figure it out. Rookie camp. I'll be like, look.
Hey, Fat Man, we got a question for you. What's up, dog?
Yeah, or you just say, what's up? But he definitely wants the fan base to call him Fat Man, and this is his thing. Media on the other end, I don't know if we're gonna do that, but I was sharing that message again. I tweeted it and posted it, but on your own.
Fat Man, well, I ain't gonna lie, I liked Fat Man. I like him.
And he produced the Big Ten. I don't know how he fell.
No, he's good. Well, he's not the fast running back. That's the thing that
he's not as fast.
It's the speed. But I will say, like,
he protects the football.
Yeah,
he protects the football. That ratio is very, very low for him. He could take a hit. He also was just so happy on the call. I think most of the draft pick calls are streamed on the channel. Let me tell you all on the Commander channel. He was so happy. He said his mom, is that Kaytron? Yes, it's Kaytron. His mom is a huge Dan Quinn fan because she was an Atlanta Falcons fan. And so he did get a picture with Coach Quinn and shared it with his mom. I guess they're going to frame it. Everybody loves Coach Dan Quinn, let me tell you. And he was just like, I'm ready to go now. I want the playbook right now. I'm ready to go right now, this minute. And he just was so excited. And that makes me excited. When I see, it's a happy moment anyway.
Yeah, it's just a dope moment, man.
It's personal. Like I'm a Commander, personal. Yeah. That's what's up, right?
Yeah.
But the key thing is protecting the football.
Yeah, it's a dope moment. It is a dope moment for all these kids, man. It really is. I think he's gonna, he replaces C-Rod, his role. So I think he could. Let me say he could. He could. When I look at him, I look at like, all right, C-Rod's replacement. Hopefully he gets you. Hopefully if he does well, he gets utilized. He doesn't get the C-Rod treatment. If he plays well, hopefully he doesn't get the C-Rod. C-Rod played well. He didn't play. So I hope he's consistent. I hope he plays well and they play him. That's what I'm hoping for. He plays well and they decide to play him.
Man, David Blau's is gonna have a lot of eyes on him because there's a lot of things that were not done right under Cliff that he better get right.
The cool thing is that he's not Cliff. You know what I mean? He's his own man. From what I'm hearing. So
we'll
see.
Go Candy.
Jacksonville this year. So if all goes well with Chris, that might be a C-Rod get back game because Coach Cohen kind of petty.
Oh, he is petty. Coach Cohen is petty.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I like he all right with me.
I like him too. No, I like him too. I like him too. the mama reporter, and then how he took that in, like, and I love that.
Super dope dude.
It was dope, man. It was dope.
I did have a chance to talk to him, just off the humble at the owners meeting, and he is dope. He's a good guy.
I can see that from a distance, that, like, from that really that interaction they had. Forget what everybody else, the stupid media folks were talking about, but like the interaction they had, like between those two, and how he received it, was awesome. You could tell like he's a real good person, and you could tell that's why she said that to him, that he's a real good person.
Yeah, and you can tell based on the conversation I had with him, and he knows I cover the Commanders, or that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it made so much sense having that conversation with him. Like he and that woman have a rapport. So
yeah. I love it. Okay, this ain't gonna lie. This, like Paul said it here. This pick here, so when you talk about you like the Tennessee pick.
Oh, y'all like the center?
Man, not even because he's a center. I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't even because he's a center. He a center, but when I looked at his film.
Yeah,
I was like,
spot on.
I was like, I like him, and it wasn't like he's a center that he fits a need. But when I watched him, I was like, I like him. Like he can play. Like he can legit play to me. Like
he's gonna compete for the job, and
Matt Gulbin.
It's only him and Nick right now. So
Matt Gulbin. But so what's the vibe with him? Because I was geeked with him. What's the vibe with him?
Jayden is going to be under center more, and they need somebody that is not going to ensure that he don't get to the quarterback.
Okay, all right.
And the amount of limited of the pressures and all that, his numbers are very good.
I like him, man.
I
think so.
Mid-season,
really Jackson. I hope so, Jackson.
He's really serious. He's serious. He was happy, but he's serious. He's serious.
He was serious about busting some people up on the field to some of them highlights. He was laying some lumber.
Man, when I'm telling you, like, we talk about being nasty, like he is nasty. I like him, like, again, and he's intelligent. So with Candi, you're totally so right. You're so spot on. Like he's smart too. Like you watch him and how he picks up blitz coverage. Amazing. Like how he shares, he hits his man, goes to the next man quick. It's like fluent. Like I like him a lot. Like I know he's a 6th round pick. I always feel like you can get a center later in the draft and he can be a starter. But if he gets the opportunity, like I think my man Jackson said mid-season, I agree. I feel like if he gets the opportunity, he ain't letting that job go. I believe that. Like I can stay. I believe that he gets the opportunity. It's all about the opportunity. If he gets the opportunity, he's not letting that job go.
Which he absolutely will.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
saying.
To this point, he's played guard.
Yeah, I know he's played guard. I did the research. Trent, I did the research too. All right. But I was good with it.
But he's here to be compete for the center job.
Yeah.
And the fact that he converted in college. And he's not doing it up here, because that's been my issue, is all this talk about, well, we're going to convert. It's hard to convert somebody to center at the pro level.
Raise hell.
I would rather that be done at the college level, and he did it at the college levels. So for me, that's why I was so stoked.
And it goes to what Candi always talks about with this team, and she says this all the time when she comes on. It's versatility. He did play guard in college, so he has that, and he got that in the pocket. He got that in the bag. That's in his bag. So, it preaches what this team has always been about versatility.
Got to be able to do more than one thing.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to you, Kenny. I'm not gonna really talk about this quarterback because I'm really not a fan of him.
Oh, it's nothing to talk about. I mean, not in a, it's all good. But I just
congratulations. That's where I'm
just
at.
To remind everybody, they always have 4.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not just they always have 4. They always have 4, and they always got 4. They always got 4.
I'm just not gonna lie to you.
They'll keep 3 active on the roster, and 1 will be on the practice squad.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, like, all I'm gonna say, because my whole mission in doing like these, like doing this recap is to be super positive, right? That's my mission, is to be super positive. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's my mission to be positive. But this quarterback, I'm not gonna lie. When I watched film, I didn't really see that much positive. So I was like, you know what? If I'm not gonna be as positive as I want to be, I shouldn't say anything at all. That's what I've learned. I'm not gonna be positive. I'm not gonna say anything at all. I'm just gonna say that he's a body, and I wish him the best.
I wish him the best. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it is gonna be interesting to see what they do with Sam Hartman.
Yeah, I'm sure I will say this. Like, I'm just saying.
Well, they keep 4 though, so he might keep it here.
I'm with you. I'm just saying this though. Like,
always keep 4.
He ain't different from Sam Hartman. That's all I'm gonna say. He ain't different. He ain't different from Sammy. And I'm gonna be. Sammy may be even better than him. Sammy may be better than him. And I'm just saying that says a lot. That's saying a lot. Like a lot. Sammy may be better than him.
He was excited. I think he was nervous. He was like walking around.
Oh, he was happy. He said, "Oh, no way." I'm sure he's a nice guy too. He'd be a super nice guy.
Oh, there's a room full of elite quarterbacks, and I was just like, "This is what's up. This is what's up." I'd be happy to meet him. Yeah. And so, they carry 4. They carry 4. Everybody.
In this case, being positive is being silent. Yeah, you're right. It is.
I asked Candi about an undrafted person that we signed.
Go for it, bro.
Because Candi is one of the reasons we love having Candi on is that she pays attention to special teams way more than everybody else, and that is appreciated in this corner of the content creator universe here among the Commanders fans. This kicker, Drew Stevens, what did you think of that? What did you think of that? Because that's a pretty, to me, that's a very big, that could be a potentially very big signing for Washington.
He's not better than Moody, but go ahead, Moody. Go ahead.
Don't.
Go ahead, please, Candi.
All I'm gonna say is I know that
it's like a bunch of kicks.
Moody, but they were going to bring competition in.
Yeah, they can compete on him. He's gonna lose to Moody. That's what's gonna happen.
He kicks the field goal. Pretty far, but how consistently can you kick that outdoors and indoors is going to be the tell-all. What I would like for them to do, because this is, I don't know how I got on this topic recently. Yeah. I've been like reminiscing on the last 2 years because this is really, really like last year was so bad.
Oh, thanks, man.
But it was so bad. And I just was like, I just couldn't ever figure out after that first preseason game why there wasn't some kickers in Ashburn that Sunday, right? I just never get past that because it's hard for me to get past the lack of decision making sooner, right? And so you see the lesson learned and you bring in the competition now. That's what you do. Bring it in now, and bring somebody else in if you like, And so I did like it because I was waiting. I don't know they weren't going to use leverage a draft.
That's right. Yeah, pick on a kicker. Yeah,
but they were bringing in a kicker for sure. I knew that. And then I saw like the footage of the 72-yarder, and I've seen everybody like talking about his percentage of kicking outside and all of that. Which is, hey, let the games and competition in camp begin, because that's what it's going to be about. Because that's something they did not do at all at kicker last year.
Let's compete.
That's right. Wole. Moody needs competition. Wole, whether you like it.
He needs competition.
He could compete with Moody all he wants. Moody was the best kicker in college when he came out. Like, this dude is okay. He's like the best kicker in the Big West in his division. He's not even. Look, man. He can kick. He has a leg. Yes, he has a leg.
Yes.
If you see his percentages, he doesn't make all of his kicks though from said distance. So I don't want to hear he ain't Brandon Aubrey. Like, what are we doing here? Like, some of these kickers that we do like they are accurate in 50. Like, this kid ain't even that accurate in 50. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Gosh, great for you, man. I ain't beat my guy, man. My guy Moody is the future. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, I don't know.
Moody beat us. He beat us when he was in Chi-Town. Then he came and helped us make big kicks. Moody is the future. Go blue. That's what I'm talking about. Shoot. Trying to get my man Moody out of here for the kicker from Iowa. Where's he from? Iowa? He went to Iowa, right?
He would die. Iowa State.
No, Iowa. We think about Iowa. Right? I think Iowa. Iowa kicker, man. Moody's college stats were way better. Moody had a better college stats and was a third rounder kick. Yes, kickers can take time to. Yeah, exactly. Let my man develop. Thank you, Deluxe. We agree. We don't agree all the time, Deluxe, but right here we definitely agree.
Kicker,
Deluxe, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, I just appreciate the competition. Bring somebody in here and just, something. Because Matt Gay,
not have Matt Gay missing kicks for fun like last year.
Bro, Moody was. I know, bro. Was like 80% college. This is so to keep Moody on his toes. Yeah, just keep him on his toes. 80%. He wasn't that accurate. And you getting George. I'm mad you brought this practice squad to player up and to compete my man Moody. You acting like this dude is from what's the UFL? Like he's from the USFL or something. One of them good kickers over there. Tell him
Candi,
go blue.
Candi,
that's what I'm talking about.
Has her eyes on this stuff.
I'm gonna be.
Hey, Candi, I need you to watch. Go up there. I need you to watch him kick every kick, right? And I need you to look at Moody's kicks, and I need you to say that Moody's kicks are just flat out better. That's what I need you to do right first. Like I need you. We gotta look, man. Propaganda is amazing in this world. I need you to go out and just put that out there. Moody is like the best kicker in the league right now, and then everybody it's gonna catch like wildfire. Like it's gonna catch like wildfire. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome. So just put that out there because when Candi speaks, people listen. Moody's the best kicker in the world. True. You know what I'm saying? When she puts it out there, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I will say, I think it was because it was so much going on this year compared to last year.
Yeah, she's probably.
We didn't even ask yet, and it'll probably come up. It should, I hope, come up to see if they're going to do any joint practices.
Oh, they better.
So because that's where
play your starters in the damn games. The heck with the joint practices. Play your starters in the games.
Well, the joint practices in New England. That's what we knew. Yeah. That was when we that's when we knew.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not going well at all. And then the preseason game,
it ain't look good.
Confirmed what we saw at practice. Yeah. It confirmed for both teams. It confirmed what we thought we saw at New England because I remember telling you all.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, facts.
May I said, Drake May's going to be fine. The New England Patriots going to have a great year.
You did say that.
And the Commanders not so much.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And it was bad. So it'll be interesting to see if they have joint practices and with who. And with who. And the Ravens could definitely be one since they passed on the Ravens last year. Remember, it was some going on, and they play
them every year though, so they should be able to have one this year, right?
So,
you told me you saw this one, yeah. This was okay, I got you.
Yeah, but the year before they only did one.
But did they do joint with the Ravens? Did they do joints with the Ravens before in the past?
In the past, yeah, but not this crew. But
not this crew though.
Pace and them was still there because remember they got in that big fight.
Okay, yeah, all right, got you.
Yeah, that was a mess, and that's when they stopped doing two days. Remember I think the league has stopped kind of doing 2 day joint practices. That joint was a mess, and so there was a lot of fighting. And when they made before this fight, it was a lot going on out there that day. One of them. So it's. I think they got a lot of value picks. We'll see what happens. I do think the Cowboys had a really good draft.
They did. They had a good draft.
The Eagles too. I wasn't as impressed with the Giants draft as I was their free agency and just what they moved.
I like the Giants draft. Well, I like the Giants draft because they got Reese at still. That's how I look at their draft.
Arvell Reese.
They got Reese, and then they got a lineman, right? They got a lineman with the other pick, right? Miami. Yeah, they got a. I thought they had a good draft. I did like their draft. I liked their draft. I did like their draft.
They for sure got top players with their 5 in their team.
Yeah, I like their draft.
They did, and they covered a need. They did the right thing.
I did like that. I do want to ask you this question because I think we all like creatures of habit and creatures of the present, and then we look at how things are now. But I want you to put yourself back in last year's draft and now looking at this year's draft as well. Like back when they drafted that crop of players last year, right? But before the production, right? And this year's draft right now, like what would you say was the better draft? Because last year, this one, without seeing the production, you feel like this is the better draft? Okay. Is it solely because of Sonny, or is it the whole?
It's not.
Okay.
I think it's because of the value.
Okay.
They got where they got the picks.
That makes sense.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I think this one, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. And you know, it's just
because everybody like Jalen, because everyone liked Jalen Lane at the time. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like when they got him, everybody Jalen Lane's going to be like the next. Someone said they're going to be the next. He's going to be the next Terry. I remember folks saying that.
I just wanted to be the punt returner because that was all I knew.
Yeah,
he could do that. But he had some muff punts. You remember early on?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Something went on. Like, what's going on here? But he cleaned that up. He did.
Yeah, he did.
He definitely did. Trey Amos, was my favorite. And of course,
Trey Amos was good. Yeah,
but
he was
Trey,
really good.
Connolly.
I was really excited about Trey and Josh Connolly. I still don't think he gets the credit he deserves, but
no, he was playing well at the end of the year. He was playing well at the end of the year, Josh Connolly.
100% of the offensive snaps. So
he didn't get hurt. He played the whole year. Durability is everything. I agree with you on that one, Candy. Everything. Durability is everything.
That's another thing about these draft picks here. They're pretty,
they're like durable. That's a good thing. All right, so before we close the show out, do we have some couple questions? And from folks in the chat, so I want to make sure I pull them up. Raise hell. Zale says, does Jared McNichols make the team now with Kaytron here?
I mean,
I have my opinions about that. I kind of think he will, but go ahead though. I want you here because
I do too, because who they have? Bill, Kaytron,
White,
Jeremy, Rashad White, and Jerome Ford.
Yeah,
they'll probably add some.
Honestly, I even think that. See, again, it depends how because you draft somebody doesn't mean like they're automatically on the team. Like they can be drafted and placed on the practice squad. Mm-hmm. That is a thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like running back can be placed on the practice squad. So I think depending on what the answer, the real answer is depending on what Kaytron does in preseason is what will dictate if you can stash him on practice squad or not.
So what I will say, somebody asked me, and I was like, that's kind of a good question. They were like, healthy Austin Eckler, B-Rob, even though we know B-Rob got traded. But last year this time, compared to, last year's running back room. Running back room.
Yeah.
Which one is better? And I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. That's a hard question for me to answer at this time.
Oh, I think
you know what I mean? Because they still
before
had
you mean before
last year this time.
Oh, last year's running back last year was better.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, you know what I mean? I was like,
you had C-Ron, you had dudes that everybody thought could play.
Yeah.
And then everybody liked Bill. So no.
Last year, and remember in training camp, I started watching that room.
Yeah, you love the room. Yeah, it was last year.
Like, oh my gosh. And remember
last year.
About him, about that group in training camp. And he was like, any of these guys on the NFL roster. Like for real, they outdid themselves. And so I had to really think about that. Like last year's roster.
Yeah.
At running back. And this year. And I'm like, I don't think this one is better than that one, but we're just being honest,
I got you.
Not right now, but we'll see. Yeah. But I was definitely like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you can put Jackson Straw said you can put a running back in the fifth round. You can put a fifth round on practice squad. It's been done.
Yeah,
it's a fifth rounder. It's like a third rounder, a fifth rounder to 5 to 7 can be practice squad people. That is a thing because it's all about stashing the player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know you can stash a fifth rounder. Like, you know what I mean? Like Bill was so good you can't deny him. That's why he made the team and was a starter. Just like I talked about, like when you're really good, you can like. That's why I said it's important of how he performs in training camp and preseason dictates what we think about him. He's not going to be automatically given a spot because as a 5th rounder. Now, as a first and second rounder, you are allocated that respect to say, all right, yeah, you're gonna make the team, but not like as 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But 5 through 7, you're not. Nothing's given at that time with that pick. Nothing's given. Deluxe has a question for you. What's
another question too? Did somebody ask something else? You scroll a bit.
I will.
I'll answer this one. What's the favorite thing I've learned about the draft picks? I don't know. I mean, Fat Man, the whole Fat Man thing was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. And
it's possible.
They all play basketball. Y'all know how I am.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they all hoopers.
It was this basketball life about. What's this about?
Yeah, man, hoopers.
Hoopers.
You talking about Paul's question?
Yes, that was the one I saw.
Candi, what position battles will you have your eye on?
Linebacker.
Okay. It's gonna be thick. It's gonna be thick.
That's gonna be good.
It is.
That's going to be good because it ain't gonna turn out the way people think it is. That's my prediction. So it's.
I don't think is anybody thinking about how it's gonna turn out. I don't have no thought
because I felt like it's a sneaky position group. And here's the reason why I say it's a sneaky position group, because it's been the same in this regime so far. It's been the exact same.
Okay.
It hasn't changed at all.
Oh, so you think something's going to change?
And it's still one potential like outlier. You don't know free agents, they still always adding.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Still come in, so you never know, right?
Okay. Who's the
linebacker? I'm gonna have my eye on the whole defense, but that linebacker is one of my position groups anyway. I'm always with them. So now I'm like, wait a minute, because where other people don't forget about the undrafted player last year. Ale Cahoe made the team last year.
Yeah, facts.
So Ale, Kane, Jordan, Frankie, Leo,
Sonny, yeah. Deluxe is who's the guy playing on the defense?
Nick Ballore, but we know he's going.
Nick Ballore, yeah.
It's a roster spot though.
Deluxe is who's the forgotten player on the D line right now? Forgotten? Would that be Drake?
I think people on the D line. I'm gonna always go back to
Drake
Jackson.
Goes back
to Drake Jackson, but I mean Javonte.
I think that's a great answer.
But Javonte Jean-Baptiste was kind of on a way up.
Yeah,
and he got hurt.
Yeah.
That's one of the players from the 2024 draft.
Yeah,
and he was projected to be a defensive end.
I like him though when he plays. When he plays, I think he plays well.
But I think that's a forgotten play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the all the people coming back, I think Javonte is for sure one, and I would probably say Dorrance Armstrong.
Forgotten. Like you talking about, like I got you.
Yeah, Dorrance Dietrich, but I don't think people forgot about Dietrich because I know I talk about Dietrich a lot. But the Dorrance Armstrong effect was a real thing.
Yeah, I think
he was on this way.
Yeah, George, you cutting out. But I'll say this about to me, Dorrance was the biggest one to me, like in that injury, because what he was on pace to do was crazy. Like he was having he was averaging almost a sack a game. I think he was he was on line to have a huge season. I thought his injury was the biggest thing. Period. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I like this one though. Timothy.
Johnny Newton is a good one because
he started turning up at the end of the year. I like this one a lot.
But you're gonna see that. Look, my answer is going to be consistent when questions like this come up, because all eyes is on the 2024 draft class.
I agree.
Yes.
Period.
I like it.
It's no way around it.
It's on the foundation, right?
All eyes is on the 2024
draft on the foundation.
Show us something, Ben Sinnott, or get out of here.
I started talking about that last year, and it didn't look good last year.
Yeah, it's all of it.
Show us something, Luke.
That's what I'm saying.
Or hit the road.
It's all of them though. I know she said it's all of them though. Everybody gotta step up.
Nobody.
It's really everybody.
I mean, Jayden is safe, but I'm just saying.
I mean, just everybody got to step. If they want to be where they need to be, to your point, they got to be where even it's everybody. And I don't mean that in like throwing shade on Jayden or nothing, but everybody got to step up. You want to be where you want this team to be at. Jayden got to step up. Mikey got to step up. He got to bounce back from what he did last year. All these dudes got to step up to be like you talk about Senate, Brandon Coleman, Javante, all got to step up.
That is a good, like when you really put the names together of who is in that 2024 draft class,
they got to step up.
Exempt.
Yeah, nobody's exempt. They got to step up. But if you want to be where you want to be at, like some of these dudes gotta, could have good years and play whatever. You want to be where you want to be at. All these dudes are going to be on this team and they got to step up. They got to step up. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be at the end, you want to be in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, everybody got to step up. Them dudes got to step up. I agree with her. I totally agree with you. More than even the guys from 2025 and 2026. Those dudes got to step up. They're the foundations. They are the foundation of this team. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because because who's replacing Zach again? You know what I'm saying? Like Chick, okay, but that's a free agent.
Yeah, Chick. I think Chick gonna be fine. Yeah, Chick.
You know what? But you see what I'm saying? It's that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So this is, this my eyes are for the 2024 draft class. And yes, thanks so much.
I appreciate the kind words, man. Y'all dope, bro. Yeah, you guys have you all have said some real dope things. I appreciate y'all. New stuff. Yeah, I think Jazan gonna have a tremendous year. Like you're right, he started off injured. You know what I'm saying, and like his rookie year, I think he's on pace. I'm just interested to see what Durante gonna do with him, man. Real talk. I think because Durante can do some things with Jazan. I think to be what I thought he was going to be in the NFL. But you know what? We can all have that talk later. We gotta close the stream out. I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Full transparency. I'm hungry as hell. I haven't eaten all day. So all right. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
You've been doing shows all day, Wole. That's why.
Exactly. I know. So I'm just not gonna lie to you guys. I can't stay here and say, oh yeah, I want to end this stream. I'm hungry. My stomach growling. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It is what it is. This happened. This is real life. Sometimes I gotta be real with y'all. It's real life out here. But you know what? Appreciate Candi for being on. Candi, before we end this stream, please let folks how they can catch you on social. Catch your great work at Bowie TV. Let them know the agenda, the plan, what you got going on. Let it happen.
Yes. For Commanders content, go to Bowie TV and Bowie TV Sports across all platforms. Make sure you're subscribed. If you are in Prince George's County, Maryland, you can find Bowie TV on Comcast. If you haven't cut your cable, channels 190 and 1097. You can find me on X at CWallSE. Make sure you follow to keep up with all my content, or CEO CWall on Instagram, Candi Waller. Just Google me. I'm definitely, in the words of Coach Prime, I'm not hard to find, or I ain't hard to find. And that's the truth. I'm not. And so next up for the Commanders is rookie camp. Rookie camp is next weekend. Media is allowed to be there on Friday, May 8th.
Awesome.
So
man, they just be starting. They be hitting the ground running.
It's wild. I mean, they posted some content today. I guess they just
all going already, man. I'd say football is year round. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. When we were there,
Candi can sleep in June. Candi can sleep in June. She ain't gonna sleep till then.
Listen, I was like, when mandatory camp ends and training camp begins, I'm like, look, just leave me alone. Like, I'm not doing any. I'm telling everybody now, I'm not doing any shows.
You should know.
Like after camp, I would have like a week. I'm gonna do shows. Then it's like I gotta go to sleep, y'all, at some point and take this time off because. And even Dan Quinn does tell us this. He does say, make sure you get your rest. And he was like, y'all do too. And they stressed us out so bad last year.
And hopefully they give y'all something good. I'll tell you, hopefully they give you a good product. Give the whole fan base a good product.
Everybody a good product. And it turns out positive. I mean, it was like competitive, like almost doesn't count either. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying they gotta get it up to 5 again, but it's gotta be better than
You just gotta I ain't gonna lie, you just gotta compete better. That was just not competing at the highest level.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I know you're hungry, but for some reason, I don't even know why I did this to myself.
Go ahead.
I'm like obsessed with this life a little bit. That's probably why I'm going to sleep. I made the decision. I want to say, I don't even know why. I went back and watched the Arizona game from 2024 because that was a sneaky good game.
That was a really good game. You mean the game that Terry no, that's a game. Oh, sorry, that's a good day. That was what's name played really well that game. Nick McNichols, right?
Yes.
McNichols had three touchdowns.
Yeah, he killed that game.
And the defense was really good.
Yeah, they were good. They were good that game.
They were excellent that game. And it was just like, and then it was all the energy from the Monday Night Football, the Cincinnati game. And I was like, why am I watching this? Because this makes me really feel bad about last season because it never looked good. Ever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Hopefully have games like that. Like they have like games like that, games against Cincinnati. Hopefully we have that type of vibe again. That's what I'm hoping for in 2026. But all right, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Appreciate George, Candi as well, man. You guys in the chat, appreciate y'all the most because you guys were on fire. You were great, dope, respectful. I always like that, man. I love positive vibes. Anyway, that's the mode I've been trying to be on. So anyway, man, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. For ages, Yeti. Hold on, Yeti. Deuces. We are out. Peace.